Hey Aries, I'm gonna do your monthly December 2017, just a general read. Um, I'm gonna do a general reading for all the zodiac signs, and then I'm gonna do some weeklies. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna do like a general weekly and then a love weekly the next week, and then a general weekly again, and then a love week or a love reading the week after. I don't know if I'm gonna flip flop it or if I'm gonna do like one and then the other. But I plan on doing weeklies for right now, just to kind of keep up to date and going. But as of right now, this is for the whole month of December, just like a monthly reading. Right now, and for anybody cross-watching also, in case they're wondering about the order and when their video is going to come out, I did Sagittarius first because, it's their month. And then I am going in order from Aries and then just down the line. It will change in the future depending on, who leaves the most comments or random polls or whatever. Probably who leaves the most comments is the order I'll go in, and then after that either in line or random polls. I don't know, but just so you know, that's how it's going. Sagittarius is already done. This is Aries, and then you can just go from there and figure it out. On these general monthly readings for 2017 for December only, I am trying to do where I'm getting more comments, because I got a good amount of comments on my twin flame reading, and I really enjoyed that. I really hearing about people's stories and their thoughts and all of that. So just as a thank you also for the people who take the time to do that. Anybody who leaves a comment, I'm going to give it a time frame, all of December. So anybody who leaves a comment that's kind of substantial, not just hey or something, but it doesn't have to be lengthy, not just hey, that leaves a comment on any one of the 12 monthly videos for December 2017. So each one of the signs, if you do it on each, it's not going to put you in more than once. But I'm going to take all the names of the people who left a comment on those 12 videos of the monthly December 2017 videos, and then do a random poll, and somebody will get a free 60-minute reading from me. And I'll do a video letting the winner know who they are, and they can email me and set everything up. So comment, because that's cool. I also have a holiday special going on, holiday deals for the prices of my tarot readings. It's pretty much almost like half off. So basically a 30-minute reading will be $25 and a 60-minute reading will be $45. And the time that you'll get it will be within a week. It usually won't take as long as a week, but it will be within a week. That's the time frame. So $25, 30-minute video, $45, 60-minute video. As of right now, that is only for December only. So that's a good deal for if you want a reading for yourself, Christmas gifts, if you want to see what's coming for you for the new year, any type of reading, it doesn't matter. So I just want to let you know about that. In these monthly readings, I'm going to shuffle in there because I know some people like it done beforehand, some don't, but just showing you that I'm also doing it. I know some people have a problem with not shuffling on camera. But I'm already trying to lower the time of my videos. So if I'm going to shuffle during these 12 and see how they go, versus me just pulling it ahead of time and the cards being pulled except for clarifiers or something like that. So if you could also leave in the comment, whether you would rather have the cards already mostly pulled so I could just start on the reading and go, or if you want to actually see, me shuffling and then laying the cards and all that. So just let me know, and I don't know if I'll do majority rules, or I'll take reasons why into account too, but for at least these 12 videos I'll shuffle in and see how that goes. If it doesn't go that well, I'm just going to go back to laying the majority of the cards, and then just like clarifiers in the videos, and then, you know, oracle cards. Like, share, and subscribe if you can. Comment, obviously, because I was saying about commenting. But please like, share, and subscribe. I have a lot of good things that I'm working on that will be coming for this channel, and I'll be doing twin flame updates, monthlies for all the zodiac signs, weeklies for the zodiac signs. I'll either do bi-weeklies or weeklies, but I do want to do love readings too, so I'm not sure if I'll do both each week or alternate it. Possibly just some random readings for whoever they're meant to go for, some kind of channeling or talking or on certain subjects that I'm kind of passionate about, such as like narcissism, codependency, spiritual awakenings, really anything else that I think of. So there'll be a lot of things coming on this channel that I'm kind of excited about. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm trying to prioritize them, but you know, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss the videos when they come, or when they're posted, should I say. So also look at your sun, your moon, your rising. This will resonate with all of that. I look at my Venus as well. You can also look if you have any significant placements within your natal chart, which also in the description I left a good site if you want to figure out your information on your natal chart. Cross watchers, obviously, you know, you're welcome, or anybody that it just resonates with. Mostly sun, moon, rising, Venus, and very strong placements in your natal charts. And I think that is it for right now of what I wanted to let you guys know. So this week, sometimes I do just random laying the cards and seeing what I get. For the monthlies, I'm going to do a Celtic cross. So let's get started. All right. Tell me what's going on with Aries in December 2017. What's the core issue? Core issue to this reading, how they see themselves for Aries, December 2017. Aries is on a talk. So you have the Two of Pentacles, movement, choices, decisions, for the core issue going on. What this reading is mainly about. What's crossing you is the Eight of Pentacles, positive movement forward. It seems like you have some decisions or some things you're thinking of and you don't know which way to go or what way to put work into, like what's going to be best for you to move forward. Maybe you're kind of stuck. I know when I started meditating on this energy, it was kind of serious. It was like quiet, like serious. So I don't know if you guys are just kind of down a little bit or a little bit serious, but a lot on your mind. Maybe just so much in the air that you're trying to figure out and think about. I mean, these cards are not wanting to talk. Please show me foundational. So the Two of Cups came out as the foundation. I'm just wondering if this is going to turn into a love reading. This should be the recent past for Aries for December of 2017. Of the Seven of Cups, choose wisely for your recent past. I'm just going to take these in order. You had a bunch of cards coming out, and I feel like they're supposed to be laid in order. So what's crowning you and what's on your mind is you have the crown chakra. So I feel like you're trying to look above, look within, but also look above for assistance. Maybe you're even praying about the situation or asking for higher knowledge. Maybe even people around you who you think might have a higher knowledge. For your likely future, you have the Three of Wands. So partnerships and alliances, maybe even waiting on something to come in. How you see yourself is the High Priestess intuition card. How others see you is the Five of Wands, obstacles and challenges. That's like the perfect amount of cards. Your hopes and fears, you have the Three of Cups, rejoice in celebration. And as your likely outcome, you have new beginnings, which is the Fool card. Your overall energy for this deck is you have the Ace of Swords, triumphant success. Underneath that, you have the sacral chakra, sexuality and creativity. Five of Swords, conflict and defeat. The Star card, hope. The Heart chakra. The Nine of Cups, fulfillment of wishes. The Lover's card, harmony. You have the Moon, shadow. Transformation, Death card. Moving on, Six of Swords. You have the Hangman, sacrifice. Four of Cups, discontentment and boredom. The Hermit. Four of Pentacles. And you have the Ace of Cups. This definitely has something to do with, if it's not a love reading, it has to do with something you care very deeply about. And it could be, you know, the ending of a cycle or of a relationship, but it could also be literally just the ending of a cycle, in figuring out the truth. I mean, if you even look at the cards of this Ace of Swords, you have pink, which is healing, and then going into the light. So it's like you're healing, like almost this is darker and lighter, but it's pink. So you've had emotional healing, or you will have emotional healing, and come, you know, see the light at the end of the tunnel, whether it's you realizing something or you being told something. I think you've really had to make a head over heart decision. The sacral chakra is, I mean, it could be something creative, but I don't really get that because this is love. I almost want to say maybe sexual. I don't know if there's been third-party situations or cheating or infidelity, either on your part or theirs, but it seems like there's been a lot of fighting about it, and you just can't really deal with it anymore. I think you've kind of lost hope, or you're really just needing to heal yourself and gather yourself. I think you've lost who you are and lost your way, lost what you wanted. Like maybe this situation has completely just consumed you, and you're just not feeling kind of that sturdy foundation anymore. It's just tore your heart apart. I mean, if you even look in this hope card, it's like, you know, there's a person there, almost like a birth, a renewal, which you have a lot about. Ending of cycles, almost like the Tower, death. I don't know if you're kind of shedding your skin and wanting to come in and heal and kind of open your heart back up. Maybe look into on YouTube some meditations that can balance or heal or even open your heart chakra or all your chakras and realign yourself. But you have Nine of Cups, you know, and you could see all these waters and all these emotions coming down, and fulfillment and contentment within yourself, to where either you're transforming, like you're making a head over heart decision. This is a Gemini card too. You're making a head over heart decision to where either you're looking within and trying to figure out how you can transform this situation, or put it to an end and move on and heal and transform yourself. If it's you doing whatever is possibly causing this a problem, if there is any, which we'll see, it's you're trying to heal that in yourself. But if you're the one kind of dealing with it, I think, you know, you're trying to see, or you have already seen, if, you know, you can kind of rectify the situation and make something out of it. But I almost get this vibe, and, you know, this isn't going to be for everybody, but that there may be a twin flame situation going on here. You have almost a lot of mirroring aspects. You know, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Lovers, you also have about self-love, which the twin flame journey is all about self-love. You have the Moon card, which is a shadow card, but look, it's the light and the dark, a mirroring. And for those who may not be a twin flame journey, you're really going and looking within. There may even be secrets that have been held maybe about this infidelity or third party situation. Or maybe you're just keeping a secret, you know, not really telling how you're feeling and what's going on with you. Like I said, it took a lot to get these cards out. Normally they just like fly right out. It's very shut-lipped, which is funny because you actually have how you see yourself, the intuition card, which is, you know, not only going inside for your intuition and using that guidance, but it's also about secrets and knowing more than what you say and just kind of keeping things to yourself, not really wanting to talk or share that knowledge. It's also a number 2, you know, like twin flames. The Lover's card is a Gemini, twins. So, I don't know. I really kind of feel that this may pertain to some of that. And then you have the Death card, moving on, kind of sacrifice. I think there may be some of you who, if you are dealing with whether it's a love situation or even a twin flame situation, either way, I think what I'm going to say applies. You're really trying to decide what to do because the situation has really just exhausted you. And I think the reason it's exhausted you is you've lost who you are. You've lost kind of your self-love aspect. And you're really having to just put an end to this or change and either feel like you have to give up or cut the cord, or at the very least not focus on it. I mean, like, these water looks like it just is very murky and very like blah, like no one wants to be that, just full of nasty stuff, and it's just rising. Her emotions are just murky and dark and getting the best of her, and the tie is coming off. And there's a rainbow and blessings coming down on her. But, you know, with the Four of Cups, it's like discontentment and boredom. You may be getting bored of the situation. And also just other things that are being handed to you. You're like, nope, I want this. But you're kind of just throwing yourself into this level of like confusion and depression. And you're going within. This is the Hermit card, and I don't know if you can see it, but this half of the book is written on and this half is empty. And you're really going within and being like, this really isn't serving me. And you have the power to control what the second half of your book looks like. So I think you're going within to see, like, what do you want? What do you want to write for? You have the mountains in the background, which, you know, you've been through some hard stuff, but, you know, there's the star. So you're trying to keep, you know, the faith and the hope and going on that journey. But you're trying to rewrite the other half, or write the other half of a book and go within, because you really need a firm foundation. You really need to, I mean, there's another, you have a lot of mountains in here. I mean, so not only are you on kind of a journey that is about lessons and, you know, you're going to be having your ups and your downs, but I think you've lost some of your stability and lost your contentment and your happiness and even your fieriness. And if you haven't already, which I think you kind of got in the message, or if you follow this reading, what I'm about to say, you will, with your new beginning, you will find that self-love. Love begins, it is the Ace of Cups, so it could be something works out within this situation, but it could also be your own self-love, which comes the Four of Wands. So, you know, you do gain your strong foundation, and you have the Six of Cups. Again, a spiritual union, soulmate, twin flame. And you have the Magician. You start manifesting what you want, and you have the World. You know, something coming full circle, or a cycle coming to the end, and you have the Tower, and then you have the Three of Swords. And then you have the Sun card, the Ace of Pentacles. So either you're finding this self-love to yourself and you're leaving, the situation, and that just starts a whole new beginning in some other way for yourself. But whether you're in a twin flame situation journey, or whether you're just in, a very strong or soulmate type relationship, this very much seems like some type of relationship, friendship, soulmate, could be children. I mean, it could be a work thing, but I get some type of very strong relationship of some kind. I very much am getting twin flame. So, but either way, the best way to solve a problem within a relationship that is just falling apart like this, that has your best chances, is by self-love. I'm going to go into a twin flame thing real quick, just so you know, for this reading. Sorry if it doesn't apply to you guys or some of you, but the journey for a twin flame, I think that's what I said. I'm going to go into twin flame. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I don't know what I said. But the journey of the twin flame is about self-discovery and self-love and trust and releasing expectations and letting it unfold as it should. It doesn't always come to union. If it does come to union, it may not always be romantic. It might be to come together to push each other off again and put each other back on track. You just repel that much, like it attracts, but you repel and through pushing, but yet you try to keep up with each other. Or it could be coming together later in life, or it could be now. I mean, because you don't know, like you have to focus on the self-love and doing your part and keep going. And there is a lot of highs and lows. There is a lot of karmic type situations to it. I know some people, differentiate it from karmic partners, but there is karmic stuff and lessons completely within a twin flame journey. So I just want to say that just remember that you have to do work to come back to who you are. And there's these other cards that came out that I knew I should keep that I'll show you at the end, that kind of like just popped out as I was shuffling in case I wanted to prepare them, in case I wanted to use them for you guys. But watch my twin flame video, or anyone else's even, but just remember to keep your focus on what it's about, and even any relationship. I mean, if you are losing yourself in any relationship, you have got to go back, recenter, take a breath, and go back to acts of self-love. Because whenever you are in your aligned state, your true self, and of self-love, everything unravels as it should around you. It's when we don't act out of self-love that we try to control in situations and do this and that and allow certain things that shouldn't be there, and stuff starts going haywire. So, okay. So we'll start on your reading. The core of the situation is you having to make a decision. You have the Two of Pentacles. So you're really trying to weigh something out. Someone around you could be, juggling. So there could be that third party situation, like I said, where it's, do I focus on money? Do I focus on this relationship? You just really don't feel in your element. There's a lot of things up in the air, and you're really just trying to maintain balance. I think you don't know what to do. You feel out of alignment. You don't feel balanced. And you're just not really in your element. I mean, Aries, when they're balanced, they're very decisive people. So I think you're just really confused, and I almost get this feeling of like shutting down. Like I said, just when I was meditating on the energy and when I was shuffling the cards, I just felt quietness and not wanting to talk or communicate, not being fiery or passionate or driven. I'm sure you're driven, but I think you've kind of worn yourself out a little bit on that, where you've almost went into like shutdown or hermit mode. What's crossing you is the Eight of Pentacles. And so you don't really know which way to go. You don't really know where to put work into something. Or you're just at a point where you're like, I don't want to work at anything right now. And I think you just don't really feel good. You don't feel your fire self. Like, this person is riding through all this water and emotions to this sun. You know, something that's going to make them feel good. And if you look too, I mean, he's in a sailboat. Somebody in a sailboat is totally dependent on nature, on the higher energies to take them where they're supposed to go. They have given up kind of control of the situation, and they're just allowing and trusting, and they're doing just enough work to have put this boat in the water. And they're like, take me where I'm supposed to go. I trust you. And the wind is taking them to the sun, to something that's going to make them happy in their fiery self. Here, your Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's about balance and making a decision. I take it more as the making a decision. Like, I think even though you've kind of stepped back and relaxed, you're still in that somewhat trying to control it mode. And especially if you are in a twin flame situation, that's not good. That's not going to work very good for you. You need to be in this mode where, yes, I'm putting in action just enough to where the universe can work with me. I'll give them something they can work with. But after that, I release and I trust, and I don't have expectations, because the part of this journey is you don't know what's going to come from it. That is part of the process, is growing spiritually because of not knowing and trusting and just doing your work on you and putting that much action in that gives the universe enough to work with, to where it's you're there, you're becoming your better self. And whether it's a twin flame or a regular, soulmate or relationship or whatever, any time that you do the work on yourself and you lead by example, everything in life mirrors us. No matter what journey you're on or whatever, everything mirrors what's going on inside you. So do the work on yourself, but at the very least, do self-love and do work on yourself. This person that's around you, look and see what they're doing. What is that mirroring in you? If they're cheating on you, how are you cheating yourself? If they're lying to you, how are you lying to yourself? If they wear a mask and they are not being authentic, how are you wearing a mask and being authentic? And if you're in a relationship for a long time and you are not being your higher self or your true self, you are wearing a mask in the same way. There is no way you could be in a relationship for a long time and not be wearing a mask, because you're not speaking your higher truth. If you were, it would either change or you would remove yourself from the situation. But really looking back at your patterns and your beliefs, and if something bothers you, why? If this person triggers you, why? Why do they trigger you? What does that go back to? This is all about self-work. And like I said, even if you're not in a twin flame deal, this is the same for any relationship, because what's on your mind is this union, is making it better. Whether it's a job, same thing, mirroring. Whether it's a friendship, same thing, mirroring. Whether it's a lover or romantic partner, same thing, mirroring. Twin flame, obviously, mirroring. Parents, mirroring. Environment, mirroring. Everything is about that. And in your mind, it's about, look, you have another, obviously I said this earlier, but coming together with another two. This is what's on your mind, and I think it's something that's really not working great for you right now, and you're really trying to decide, like, which way do I go? Again, look, two birds of the same. which way do I go with this? I feel like you're at a crossroads. Like maybe you can't take anymore. You know, maybe you're dealing with a runner. You're the chaser, obviously. Or any relationship. Like you're just like, something about this is not working for you. Whether you can't obtain it, whether you're in it, but it's just not going well. Also, if you're not ready, by the way, and you call this person to you, you're just going to lose it again because you're not ready. So, you know, don't be impatient either and try to like bring it in or control it in, because you're just going to be heartbroken over and over again. You have to do the work. This person does look like they're meditating, but they're really like, which way do I go? Again, you know, if you look at this arm is pointing and it's to the sun. The way that you go, okay, let me show you something. This is your recent past, by the way. Choose wisely. Here's a little tip on which way you choose to go. He's pointing to this sun in these waters. The waters look exactly like these waters. And this person is going to the sun, which is in this card. Let me see the glare. But with this person, again, they're looking within on which way do I go. And this person, of what's crossing you or of what would help you, what you need to do, this person is putting in just enough action to be there, to have done the work, and to have given the universe an opportunity to work for them. But they have given up trying to hold on to that control and that expectations. Have understanding and compassion and understand this journey. Look into this journey more if you don't fully understand it. If you do understand it and you're just having a hard time with it, I mean, self-work, self-work, self-work. What's in your mind is the crown chakra. So you very well could be reaching, it's a 7. This is a very, if it's not a twin flame, it is a very divine partnership, or you are being divinely guided. There's also divine timing at work here. But I think you're trying to go within for your answers. You might be meditating like that person in the picture. Backwards. You might even be talking to your higher self. You might even be talking to your twin flame's higher self. Or if you're, again, not in a twin flame journey, you might just be praying to God, source, you know, whatever you call what what you believe in, the higher power and energies. You get what I'm saying? Maybe even people that have passed, maybe even people that have been in this situation you're talking to, but you're trying to look above yourself, in the higher realms, outside of yourself, but not in the environment, like above spiritually, for these answers. And for your future, you have partnerships and alliances. So 3 of Wands. You had the 4 of Wands somewhere in this, and I want to see what led up to it. Okay. So what led up to you getting the 4 of Wands, which is, you know, balance, could just be balance within yourself. Some people also call it like the marriage card or the union card or the higher level of commitment card. What led up to that was you going within, taking back your power to write the other half of your journey, gaining stabilization, self-love. I'm not making this up. These are your cards. Self-love, and the 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Going within, taking back your power, gaining your stability through going within, learning your self-love and practicing your self-love gains you this 4th wand that you need for your stability, maybe even this family that you want, and has this Six of Cups with the Magician afterwards. This union. I'm telling you, you can't get there by control, and you can't get there by not doing the work. You can't be standing there just waiting for your ships to come in. Like in the Rider-Waite deck, the Three of Wands, that person has done all they can do. So maybe you have done all you can do, and maybe it comes. Maybe this is, you know, the partnerships and alliances, maybe they come. Maybe you have done all you can do. I don't really see how. I mean, there are some people that could have done all of it and they're waiting for the universe to do, you know, to work on the other end. But it's highly unlikely. Because even if it's the fact that you still have done all the work and all the mirroring and the self-love and you know all that, there's still work to do on raising your vibration to help assist that other person, no matter what partnership you're in. So there's still work to be done. So if you're doing all that, bravo, you're sitting there waiting on your ships to come in. If you haven't, don't just stand here and wait on your ships to come in. Like, yes, this person has given up control, but they're still putting in the work. It's still the Eight of Pentacles. The work they're putting in, though, is on themselves. In the environment, into the relationship, they're allowing it to unfold and the universe to handle it. As far as the work that's being done, it's on themselves. Their frequency, their vibration, their mirroring, their self-love. So, standing there waiting for your ships to come in. Hopefully this is saying that they have. Three of Pentacles usually, or Three of Wands doesn't usually say that though. But, and it's funny I keep saying Three of Pentacles because it's like working on yourself, you know, putting the work in. Like it could be with collaboration with others, but it could also be with yourself, also another three. So hopefully, you know, your partner may be wanting to play. I don't know. Look at my twin flame video and see if it resonates with you though. But work on yourself. How you see yourself, again, like I said earlier, the High Priestess. You know, you're really just trying to look within on your intuition. You're not really saying much. I don't think it's done very well for you to say a whole lot. You're just kind of keeping this knowledge to yourself. You're not really saying a lot about it. You're being a little tight-lipped. Not only because that person may not be on the same page as you or even believe in it or know about it yet, but also because I think you started out so gung-ho on this and trying to like and put control on it that I think you spent all your energy. So how others see you is you have the Five of Wands, very, very conflicted, but you know, the Five of Wands can also be competition. This person is also standing, you see a Phoenix here. You do have a lot of references to Scorpio too, so you could be dealing with a water sign or a Scorpio, or Cancer or Pisces, but I do get a lot of Scorpio energy. But about transforming, and this person is trying to stay on this cliff and stay well above this water beneath. Like they're not really wanting to deal with their emotions right now. And I think that's where you've kind of shut down, where in order to kind of protect yourself through this journey, you have shut down. And you did have actually the heart chakra here. Like look, this person's like done with it. And they have lost all hope. There's their person within. And, you know, their heart chakra, I mean, you kind of just shut it down and you're just focusing on yourself. But there is indications of that healing as well. But there could be a level of competition, like maybe your partner is dealing with other people, third party, karmic situation that they have to let go of. Maybe they don't see you yet, you know, like you see them. So you're trying to patiently wait and just becoming, Your hopes and fears. Your hopes is that you can come together and celebrate with this. Your fears is that there's more people involved than you want, I feel. We'll clarify that and see. Your likely outcome is the Fool card. New beginnings, which she's on top of the world, too. So you could just be venturing out on your own. You know, she looks like she's on top of the world and ready to set on her own venture. And so I think you've gotten to that point where you're like, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna let that do that. I'm gonna do me right now. I'm gonna do this self-love and be on top of the world and get my stuff together and go on a little venture and do me. And if it's supposed to come back around, it will. I'll pull clarifiers for all these. Two of Pentacles for Aries, December 2017. Two of Pentacles. I'll show you the cards. I'm just gonna lay them down. It makes it easier. Seven of Cups. Just wrap her card. Five of Wands. Tell me about this Five of Wands. Tell me about the Three of Cups. So, that's weird. Tell me about the Fool card. Ah, that's so funny. Okay. I'm just gonna leave this like this. One of them's kind of complicated, so you'll see. I'm sorry, I know it seems all over the place. For the core of the situation where you have the Two of Pentacles, there's the King of Wands. And if you see, he's looking out, just kind of worried about his own thing. And behind him there's like the Lovers with the Lion and the Courage, the Strength. Which is funny because you have another Oracle card, one of them I was talking about that wanted to come out, that is about like Leo card, like Strength, like the Strength card. So this could be you trying to battle, you know, maybe your own demon within or lusty desires and having strength. Or it's you just trying to have strength, you know, about like this union and what's in your mind, and you're kind of just sitting there waiting. Or you're waiting on this guy or girl, you don't have to go by the sex, but maybe you feel like they've put you behind them, or they're not even focusing on you. Or you're just in the back of their mind and they're trying to have strength about it. Or they're trying to forget you. I mean, because this is something that usually you can't forget a person in this type of union or relationship. And, you know, this person just might be a little bit like arrogant, conceited, kind of just like, yeah, I'm on top of my stuff. I don't have to do anything. Everything come to me. And maybe he's not even focusing on love, to be honest, right now. Like, to be like this would mean he'd have to have tamed his inner beast. And this guy has put that behind him. Like, maybe he doesn't want to do that right now. Maybe you don't want to do that right now. Or maybe you're trying to decide because your partner doesn't. What's crossing you is you have the Eight of Pentacles, a positive movement forward, and you have the Seven of Wands. You have a lot of divine numbers here. But this person is just above, and they're just defending, and they're working, and, you know, they're exhausting themselves. Like, maybe so many people are like, why are you chasing this down? Why don't you just let it go? Like, they don't understand what this is all about and why you're doing this to yourself and exhausting yourself, and maybe even this person. And you're just trying to kind of rise above it or stay above it and just defend yourself, instead of just relaxing, you know, and letting things be as they are and working on yourself. This person isn't working on themselves. They're too busy fighting. They're too busy trying to control the situation or worrying what other people think, or just too much worrying. You're going to literally burn yourself out. What's in your mind, or, you know, the pure foundation of all this is you have the Two of Cups, and clarifying that is you have the Empress, you know, with these kids. Like, maybe you guys have kids, but it's just you wanting to feel that abundance and that manifestation power. Like, you usually Aries in the tarot is represented by the Emperor, and it's just, here's your Empress and here's the Union, and either you're the Emperor and you want your Empress, or you're the Empress and you're sitting here waiting on your Emperor. Exactly like this. We're in the Three of Wands, the Rider-Waite. They're waiting. They're standing there waiting. And you're sitting here waiting. The gates are open. You're waiting for your Emperor. The recent past, you know, you have the Seven of Cups, choose wisely. And you have the Five of Wands. So again, you're very conflicted about this. You have a lot of like double cards. But you're very conflicted about the decision. And you also have a lot of competition. I do feel like you're being guided, but I do feel like you have competition. You know, exactly like here, like you're arguing and fighting them off, and you're like, but I'm so much better. Like, really, why? Why am I having to be in this position and fight people off or defend myself? Or look, I'm on a higher ground. Can't you see that I'm on a higher ground and I'm better? But in their eyes, you're all even. They're not, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they're treating you like this. What's crowning this situation, which is funny because it's the crown chakra. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are up in the air, and they will turn in your favor, but I think you have to do the self-love part first. This is about divine timing. Like I said, 7, divine timing. This is divine timing. Again, this thing is pointing to a Scorpio. However, it could be any of the fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. But this is divine timing. The wheel will turn when it's ready to. No amount of this or this is going to turn that wheel. And heck, the universe isn't going to turn that wheel if you're not doing your work. So, I mean, divine timing only goes so far. So you have to do your work. Tell me about the Three of Wands. Okay, so this is really weird. Because I keep getting all these synchronicities going on. I kept calling this the Three of Pentacles. This is the Three of Wands. The Three of Pentacles came up. It's about what is in your likely future is, yes, also working together, but this is working on yourself. Me, myself, and I. The Trinity, mind, body, soul. Working on yourself. You do have a lot of threes too, so you probably really are dealing with a lot of third-party situations, other people, competition, maybe they're partying a lot, drinking, a lot of forms of escapism to take their mind off things, maybe karmic partners, but at the very least they might be like, seriously, watch my twin flame video because I think a lot of this really resonates with that. Okay, so there's another part that's like really weird, which you'll see now and at the end, but on your intuition card on how you see yourself, you have the Fool. So I think that you're either deciding to just start on your own and you'll feel better. You've shut yourself down. You might have even gotten to a point where you're like, I'm cutting the cord. I don't want this relationship anymore. But you're going within, like, what do I do? And I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to share my emotions. I'm not going to share my feelings. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to look within. But I'm just shutting down. And in that way, you know, you're wanting to start anew. This person is walking towards a volcano that is erupting. So it might be like a tower moment or something changing, but either way, you're like, I don't care. I'm going there with my little bag of goods. But maybe it was you being in a little bit too volatile situations and putting yourself in situations that weren't good for you, that forced you to have to go into the High Priestess mode. So for the Five of Wands, which you had also over there, clarifying that, you have the Eight of Swords. So you're just very stuck in your head. You're not wanting to see or deal with it anymore. Like, so much not wanting to see, you don't even want to deal with your emotions. Like, she's like, nope, I'm taking this way up here. I don't even want to look at that river below. Like, I'm not dealing with my emotions. Like, you're so stuck and not wanting to see. And because of being, you know, like this and all bound up while you're trying to remain God. Again, another thing of three. You have a lot of threes and sevens, very divine and spiritual. There's just something crazy going on within this reading, but this has led you to be like this, to be conflicted and not wanting to deal with your emotions and to make you shut down. You actually have like two separate piles of cards on your Three of Cups over here. So on your hopes and fears, you know, wanting to be able to rejoice in this, but being scared of the other parties that involve, the competition, the drinking, the partying, the self-sabotaging behavior, the escapism. You know, you have, on one hand, you have the Nine of Cups, but look, self-sabotaging. Like, she's watching them, but she's just, like, eating her emotions away. And, you know, not being able to make a decision, very turmoil type emotions. Not being able to see, you know, clearly what's right in front of her and just being anxious. And you're just wanting healing. Your stick is about burnt out. You want to send this guy packing. You want equal give and take. You want to move on for this. You want to feel balanced. And really just start to take action in a new direction that's better for you. Like the world. Like, you be on top of the world. Put this Joker behind you, whoever that is to you. But meanwhile, subconsciously, what you really want is your lover to come while you're standing there, again, waiting. I know you're not a crab, but you're waiting. It's subconsciously what you want, even though you're telling yourself, I'm moving on. You're waiting. Like you have confliction going on here of waiting and moving on and shutting down. Waiting, shutting down, moving on. Waiting, shutting down, moving on. So you have moving on, taking action, new beginning, the world before you. Screw this person. Subconsciously, though, I'm waiting. Subconsciously, though, I'm waiting. How much longer can you wait and your fire is burned out? Or has their fire burned out? But I think you don't have a balance of your masculine and feminine either. And again, you're waiting. I mean, if you look at this too, it's like your feminine is all fired up, which is the receptive mode, waiting, 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 waiting. But your masculine isn't. Like, you don't have a flame on that of taking action, the action of yourself, your own flame, your own inspiration, your own creativity, your own love for yourself. You're just sitting there in the feminine receptive mode, but you need to balance your feminine and your masculine. You need to take action on your self-love and stop waiting. On the other hand, in this card, you have the 10 of Pentacles. True emotional abundance and happiness. You have the 3 of Cups, the rejoicing, or third party. The Knight of Pentacles, who's very slow to come to you, very slow to commit. See, I think it's more like, I think one side is, this side's the self-sabotage and all the stuff I said, and you waiting. Rewind this video and look at that again. I think that's why you're getting 2 things with this. And you have 2 options, because this could either be third party and you not being happy with it, or this could be you rejoicing. And I think it's telling you you're 2 different paths with these, and that's why they separated. This one is like, you're single and happy, but you're eating your feelings. Again, rewind the video if you want to see all that. But with this, you have the family, the abundance, the true emotional abundance. And you have the coming together and rejoicing. And look, they finally made it, and it's sturdy and long lasting. And there's an end to all this mental anguish. You now have stability again and togetherness and a elevation of commitment within your relationship. They're there. You guys heard the call, the reunion, the resurgence. And it could be with a Virgo, but it really creates that balance and that healing within yourself, that knowledge and wisdom that really heals that heartbreak. Like, now you have that wisdom about all that heartbreak, and now you're manifesting. Now you're together. You have twin flame, the 8, the infinity sign. references also to the Strength card, which has a 8 usually above the lion's head, and you're coming into your power now. You're grounded, you're focused, you're nurturing. I don't know if you look, but she's giving to these people almost like the Six of Pentacles vibe, an even give and take, balance, you know, security. You also have a lot of referencing here about grounding yourself, but you're feeling secure again, you're feeling loved again, and focused and intuitive, very loving, your self-love. I kept this, there's a blotch on my card which looks like praying hands, that's why I kept it. So it's like self-love, but it's also, you know, this reunion that has old nostalgic memories that you've been praying about coming back to you. And now all of a sudden you see what all it was all for. You see that different perspective. You see the lesson in it, the higher level of commitment that came, but you see the lesson and you see the truth. And you realize that you've been focusing on the wrong stuff all along when it was right there. But again, you were just standing there waiting. Now you see. You see the lesson. And guess what happens now that you see the lesson? Here comes what you've been waiting for, because you did the work. And here's your union. Here's the union that was in your foundation, your Two of Cups. Your Two of Cups. This path of self-sabotage and waiting and just waiting, all it gets you is waiting. This path of self-love and emotional abundance and doing the work, like, I mean, it's clear as day she's sabotaging herself. And this one you're focusing on. You can't get to the Ten of Cups unless you've learned self-love. You can't have emotional abundance unless you have self-love. Normally this is about self-love, the Nine of Cups, but in this one, look at her. That's not self-love. And she's just waiting on them. And the end result is waiting. This Ten of Cups includes self-love. The end result is this union that is the foundation of this whole reading. Here's the other cool part. Down here where you see yourself, you have the High Priestess, which is clarified by the Fool. This, leading to not healthy behavior, led you to go within and try to find answers and also shut down. Okay? In your likely outcome, you have the Fool, which is you self-loving, going on your own journey and being on top of the world while you're waiting for that situation to resolve itself. That's so funny. And what caused you to come here is the High Priestess. So if you look at it, you started out here with self-sabotaging behavior, self-sabotaging behavior. You went within. You shut down too, but you went within. Stop trying to control that other person. Here's another one. Went within. Looked at your inner wisdom. Prayed to the higher realms, whatever they are to you. And it led you to go from this fool who is just walking forward blindly, that in this way is not good, to walking forward blindly in this way, which is amazing. And she's on top of the world and she's not looking back, because she knows that through that route, it brings her here. That's pretty badass. I love that. Like, so crazy how the high priestess, or how the bad fool led to this high priestess, and the good fool, new beginnings, came from the high priestess. So it's like self-sabotage made you shut down and go and look within and go into the high priestess mode, which then shot you out into the healthy fool again, but a wiser fool. Like a fool that has a little bit better of a bag of goodies to guide her. And in this way, you're heading into awesome territory and a great venture that is going to lead you to what you want, where this way, you're just getting burned. Not good. All right. So that's really cool. I like how that worked out. Let's pull some oracle cards for you, and then we'll be done because this already came. Which, by the way, the cards that already did want to come out for you that I just kept is you have the grounding card. You know, and you have like your roots. And you have the strength card. Like there's another mountain going through all these turbulent times. It's gaining that inner strength within you. And this is a very kind of, you know, rocky situation and challenging situation, but you do have the strength to get through it. Look within, you know, remember who you are and ground yourself. You know, look, YouTube grounding techniques, but you have to strengthen the roots in order to make something grow. It's the same in this relationships. And the main way to strengthen the roots of a relationship is to bring self-love on both parties into it. And no, you cannot control somebody else, but the best way that you can do that is the gift of the mirror and the gift of the balanced mirror. Present yourself in a balanced way and present yourself in a self-loving way. And if this is supposed to unravel in that way, they will reflect you. This is all about the mirroring effect. So have strength through it. Don't completely shut down. Work on grounding yourself. Go in nature. Have gratitude. Look at things in life. Have gratitude for things that go on. And then you have the pause card. Like this is about stopping and realizing what's around you. Stop resisting. Look at the journey. Look at the lesson. See why things are the way they are. You know what? Let me read this, because this one's really good for a message for you. They could say it better than I can. Take a moment to assess what is really going on at this time. You are holding on to control and not allowing many wonderful blessings to come into your life. Grant yourself an opportunity to get into the sunshine. You deserve to receive this new prospect. Resistance can create unnecessary blocks. Interference can be caused by a multitude of energies, including your own attitude, other people, the weather, and so on. Create the opportunity to regroup and don't feel the need to fight what is happening. It's a waste of energy. Find something else to do and wait until there is a better flow to finish the task at hand. The willingness to try something new is all that is needed to create something wonderful. What is new? Self-love and focus on yourself and not doing self-sabotaging behavior. She is doing exactly that. She is not wasting her energy on fighting, and she is finding something else better to do, like going on her own journey until it comes back around to her. And another thing about it too, whether just as a human journey or a twin flame journey or whatever, it's about self-love, but it's also about walking your journey and your mission and letting them line together. In this meantime, find who you are, find the things you love, find hobbies, find creative ventures, spiritually grow yourself, go on your mission. That is what you came here to do. That is just another part. This journey is supposed to do all those things to push you to that path. So if you don't find your path, you can't walk that journey with that union you want to anyways. And if it does come to you, good luck, because it's not going to last unless you get lucky and they somehow have found self-love and they mirrored it to you and then you do it. But that is very, very not likely, little chances. But this person is trusting, they're curious, they're accepting, they're not resistant. And she's grateful. Like, it's about lessons. Don't resist it. I'm not gonna pull on this. Maybe an advice, spiritual advice card. So you have the Empress again, but she did come out reversed. And I think what this is saying is that, you know, you're not, like, look, this Empress that you had before, like, she's sitting there waiting. So not only is this Empress not waiting on anybody, so they're wanting you to not, like, don't just sit around and wait, but it's reversed. So she's clearly meditating and at one with the energies. She's grounding herself clearly. And this is reversed, which means you are not grounding yourself. You are not meditating yourself. You are not bringing yourself back into focus, which are your two cards, grounding and strength. So meditate, go out in nature, pull yourself back together, make yourself like this, where you're grounding and meditating and you're not waiting on anybody, nobody, you. She's becoming more in alignment with herself. Pull one more card. Advice. So this little kid is riding a big old snake. He's not scared at all. This is the Knight of Wands. Don't have fear through this process. It might be scary. It might be a lot to handle. But this little kid is like, he's not scared in the slightest. Like, and he's also like, he's riding the wave. He's going with the flow of this snake. Like, almost like you would, you know, surf or whatever. Like, go with the flow of this. Ride the wave. Go within. Ground yourself. Heal yourself. Go on your journey. And to do that, you have to look within. Like, this guy is walking by a window and there's all the different facets of himself. You have to do that reflective work. You have to look at who you are, all the different parts and what works and what doesn't. This is also the Five of Swords, which I think you had the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So don't be scared to look within yourself and do the shadow work. Flip this over, come into your power, align yourself, meditate, and focus on you and your journey. Those are your cards of advice. I'm gonna pull two more cards. That's how I roll. I know it's long, I'm trying to like shorten it. New experiences and possibilities. Which is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. It's 18. So being towards the end of the journey. But she's, again, in nature, grounding herself, like with animals and flowers and trees, in nature, and by herself, and looking at her own things. Does look around in nature, notice the new beginnings, new experiences, and new choices being shown to you. They will only be evident if you take the time to look for these subtle messages. You are on the first steps along a new path. You are being offered a blank page. What are the first words you would like to write on it? It's funny, you had the Hermit too, with the writing the new half of the book. What are the first words you would like to write on it? Your possibilities are endless. You are in complete control of your life. This is a new beginning on your journey. Live in the present and trust in your own abilities. Plant your seeds and willingly venture into new territory. New beginning. That leads you where? To here. All right, one more card. Again, I'm going to say this just so we don't pull it off anymore, make it any longer, but please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment so you can be entered in the drawing for December for a free hour-long reading. Mostly, though, I love hearing about your guys' ideas and your journeys and what you think and all of that, so please leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, so whenever I leave a video, it lets you know. And I really thank you guys for coming with me on this journey. I have a lot of ideas for it, and I appreciate all of it. And through my process and my spiritual awakening, I'm in the middle of going through a Kundalini spiritual awakening, and I've really been helped in a lot of ways, and this is my way of giving back. And it's part of my journey. And a card for Aries. December 2017. So you have Manta Ray Mermaid. I tried to do this during the day, but things weren't working out too well for me. 20. That comes out to 2. Twin as a union. So I'm going to read the poem because I like them, and then I'll read the meaning. Tales of the deep from swabs at night paint a most unfavorable light upon a mysterious ethereal being graceful as a bird in flight. Scapegoat for casualties at sea, sunken ships are blamed on thee. Yet fear and slander cannot curb your charming curiosity. This is about being wary about rumors. I'll read it to you. I don't really know. Let's see. Somebody has been talking about you behind your back. While it is flattering to know you are on everybody's mind, it is not so nice when you find some of what is being said is simply not true. Somehow, through misunderstanding or deliberate mudslinging, people are getting the wrong message about you, and it is time for you to set the record straight. If you need to, enlist the help of an entrusted companion to put an end to these rumors once and for all. So this might be the people that you're kind of arguing against here, whether it's about this union and you should be done with it, or maybe it's about your partner and like you're just fighting and they think you're crazy for fighting that long. Or if this is a twin flame union and you've possibly brought it up to them, they might have been like, because they're not ready. They're not, willing to be there or see that yet. So just go within yourself and trust, your own intuition if this does apply to you, about what other people are saying, whether it's the person that you're trying to go back in union with or other people you're defending, family, friends, whatever. I mean, all you really need to know is don't be afraid. Go within, look at your shadow side, meditate, do the work, and align yourself. Because there's a lot of things in life people don't understand, or a lot of people don't have compassion, or, they try to speak being like they know what someone else's shoes feel like, and they don't. And it doesn't matter anyways, whether you're right or wrong. Like, it is your truth. It is your journey. And that's kind of what this whole super moon in Gemini, super full moon in Gemini, and Sagittarius new moon is all about, is your truths and coming out with them and having that courage to do it regardless. So don't just completely shut down the way you have. If you need to take a minute to regather yourself and ground yourself, definitely do it. But nobody else can tell you about your journey. Nobody else can tell you what's going on with you. Know your own truth. Don't try to convince others of it, even if it is this person that you're trying to put things together with, or situation or whatever. You know, if it's something that's not healthy to communicate about it with them, just work on yourself and do the self-love, and all of that works out. It doesn't matter, because those people are going to realize something at some point anyways, and it just really doesn't matter. Aries, you guys are very much loving the leader role. Like, don't back down. Don't hide yourself or become small in some way. Yes, regroup, but come back. Come back not caring what people have to say. Don't overcompensate and be defensive or combative, you know. Show your strength by being confident, knowing who you are and speaking your truth. And the ones that are supposed to align with that will align with that, and the ones who don't will fall away, and that's okay. And maybe eventually they'll come back because now they see, or maybe they're just scared. Maybe they're scared. But you're not, or at least you're not going to be. A lot of people reject things when they're scared, which might be why you're kind of resisting this whole process, is you're guarding yourself. You're scared because it's hurt so far. But the only reason it's don't get me wrong, it's going to hurt regardless, but it's hurt like that because of your self-sabotaging behavior. You haven't really came at it in the right way, which has been focusing on yourself. I mean, there's these in self-love compared to, you know, eating your emotions and unhealthy behavior and going towards situations that are just going to destroy you and burn you. Those might be the rumors. Those might be what people are talking about with you, and you're trying to defend this whole situation, and you don't have to. And you don't have to be alone, and you don't have to have no one to talk to. There's other people who do understand. But at the very least, go into yourself, look into yourself, and do that work. Either way, what comes from it solves all of this. Okay? So, I don't know. I just don't want you guys to shut down. You have change in direction. The changes you are experiencing, change in direction. The changes you are experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. This is your path in self-love and on your journey. And yes, they are guiding you. But don't have expectations. Have faith. Get in your boat. Go on the journey. Work on yourself. And let nature blow the wind to your sails to whatever direction you go. And apparently it's helping you because it's bringing you right to the sun. Doesn't get much better than the sun. All right. So I'll be talking to you guys again soon. I'll be doing some love readings and weekly readings and all that good stuff. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I hope this all works out for you. I hope it resonates. I hope the messages reach who they were supposed to. But again, thank you so much. It really warms my heart, this whole process, and you guys riding it out with me. So I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye.